What if I told you that home sales in Madison County jumped nearly 30% compared to this time last year, while prices have started to level off? If you're thinking about buying or selling in Huntsville, Madison, or the surrounding areas, these numbers could have a huge impact on your next move. In this update, I'm breaking down exactly what's happening across the local market and what it means for you. But before we dive into the numbers, if you're thinking about buying, selling, or relocating to the Huntsville area, I help people just like you every single week make smart, data-driven real estate decisions. If you'd like a personalized strategy based on your goals or your neighborhood, you can schedule a free buyer or seller strategy call by using the link in the description below. Alright, so let's take a look at what's happening in the Huntsville area real estate market during June of 2026. Alright, so jump right into it. Here we're going to talk about the Huntsville area real estate market in June of 2026. This is a data-driven approach that I do every month so that I keep everybody up to date on what's happening here in the Huntsville real estate market. I also use a lot of this data when it comes to pricing homes and our recommendations for pricing homes. It's just the data-driven approach that I've taken to my real estate business. So we'll move right in. So Madison County, there are 2,491 active listings, 1,124 pending, and last month we had 781 homes that were sold. That is up from 606 last year in June of 2025. That's a 29% increase. Like I said in the intro, 30% increase of homes sold in the month of June compared to last year. So average sales price, $392,000. That's down a little bit from the $398,000 that we saw last year. Average days on market down to 43 days. That's down from 51 in 2025. I'm seeing that a lot across the different markets here in town. Houses are starting to sell pretty quick. And so if you're in the market to buy a house, you need to be a little bit quicker making a decision. And if you have all the data that you need when it comes to putting in an offer, then that decision can be made a little bit quicker. So it's still not quite like 2021 where the days on market was like two days, but it's quicker than the 51 and the up to 60, 65, 70 days that we've seen within the last year or so. All right, so for Huntsville, there are 1,017 active listings, 448 pending, and 321 that were sold last month. That is up from 258 the year prior. Average sales price is actually down by $10,000. As you can see, it was $381,000 last year, down to $371,000. And then average days on market, we see just like Madison County wide, 50 to 40 days. So strong buyer demand still. A lot of houses being sold, and we're seeing prices come down a little bit, along with the average days on market down. So on the seller side, you can expect that if your home is priced right, presentation's right, if you're allowing buyers in your house to be able to look at it, then you can try, or you can, I wouldn't say expect, but you're going to be able to sell your house a little bit quicker than you would probably a year ago. At this point. So moving on to Madison, 386 homes currently on the market, 182 pending, and 151 closed in June 2026, which is up from 112. So once again, another 30+% increase when it comes to homes sold. Average sales price for Madison City, $431,000. So that's down from $435,000. Once again, another decrease in average sales price, and then another decrease when it comes to average days on market. So 38 days compared to 50 the year prior. Once again, like we've seen for Madison County wide and Huntsville, prices and days on market are coming down. All right, this one's going to be interesting for me. As you can see, 191 active listings, 107 pending, 62 sold. So we're starting to see harvest pick up a lot because it's kind of outside the city. You get more house and land for your dollar. Average sales prices are lower. And we can see here homes sold 44 last year, 62 this year. You can see that the demand is growing for the harvest area, and average sales price going from 320 to 336. So this is the first market that we've covered where the average sales price is increased, and same with days of market going 40 to 43. 43 is still pretty low for the area. There may have been one or two properties that sold this month that have been on the market for quite a bit, and that's what drove that extra 3 days. But we're seeing more being done in harvest, and average sales price is going up. So we're starting to see that maybe the demand is higher in the harvest area, and that's what's driving this. So we'll move on to Meridianville. So 217 active listings, 72 pending. 49 homes sold last month, which rose from 24. So 104% increase. We're seeing a lot of new construction in Meridianville, and that's probably what's driving the almost double the actually it is double the sales when it comes to June of this year compared to June of last year. So average sales price declined though, $366,000 to $346,000, and average days on market was 78 days, compared to 58 in 2025. That could be a multitude of different reasons. Like I said, there could have been a property that was on the market for like 360 days or so, and finally sold. But we've kind of seen this over the last couple months that Meridianville moves a little slower, just because it's a little bit further outside the city, and it's not as popular right now as the harvest area. Owens Crossroads, 64 homes sold. Well, we'll go back. Active listings 174, 77 pending, 64 homes sold, which is only up 3 from the year prior. The big one is average sales price. It's down $38,000. So average sales price is down to $460, and then average days on market is only 33 compared to 51 last year. It's one of the fastest selling areas in the area. Highly sought after. As you can see, average sale prices are way up there compared to the other locations, but you get, it's semi-luxury market, so it's all depends on if that's the type of property you want to purchase, and it's the kind of sales price you're going to get based on location and the amenities that are around these areas. So that was a quick run through of the markets that I normally cover. As we can see, Owens Crossroads is still the highest average sales price, just over Madison, 460 compared to 432,000. Huntsville down at 372, and then Harvest is still the lowest average sales price, but it seems to be an area that people are really looking at now, and there's a lot of movement in Harvest compared to years prior. All right, the average days on market comparison, as you can see, Owens Crossroads 33. Like I said, highly sought after, and they're going to be a way lower days on market compared to, like, say, Meridianville or Harvest. All right, so what this means for buyers and sellers. For sellers, we saw that the numbers are up. There was a lot of houses that were sold. We've seen the sales prices come down, so we need to make sure that when your house hits the market that you're looking at the most current sales prices in your neighborhood or local area, so that you're not going on the market with something that was priced based on houses that sold last year. You want to be within what's happening right now, so that you don't get past that 21 day of people thinking it's overpriced, and all of a sudden it goes from being overpriced that something's wrong with the house, and then you've got a big problem. So for buyers, there's still plenty of inventory. We saw there was over 4,000, and that's you have more options. You see the sales prices coming down, so you do have a pretty good advantage when it comes to this market right now. being able to not have to overbuy like you have in years prior. There's not a lot of competition right now with the number of homes that are on the market. I've seen little to some multiple offers, but yeah, it's not like it used to be. And but the only thing that you do have to worry about as buyers, the average days on market, it's houses are starting to go pretty quick compared to like they were in March and April. That's just the time of year everybody's moving in summertime, so you have to act quick during this time of year. We'll see it kind of probably level off in late August, September. But that's just something that you should expect when it comes to summertime. People buying houses more often during this time of year. Market direction balanced to buyer friendly. We've seen it kind of teeter a little bit. It seems like this month it's a little bit more buyer friendly. Prices coming down. Just the amount of inventory that's on the market right now, it's kind of shifting more towards buyer friendly. I'm not saying it's a buyer's market right now. It's just more buyers friendly than it has the past couple months. All right, and if you're thinking about selling in 2026, I'd love to meet with you. We can go over the value of your home. We can compare it to what has sold in your neighborhood, within the last 6 months. Come up with a strategy that best fits you, and to see if that's something that you are willing to do at the time. See how much equity you have in your house, how that will help you with your buying power for your next move, and just come up with a plan that fits you and your goals. And that's just what it's all about, is coming up with that strategy that gets your home sold quickly and for the most that you can get in this market. So you can click the link in the description, like I said earlier in the video, and then set up a strategy call, or you can call me or text 256-542-0226. Like I said, I'd love to have a meeting with you and help you get the most that you can get selling your house in Huntsville in 2026. Hopefully you learned a lot in that video. If you want to learn more about the Huntsville area, I've got 2 videos for you. This one up here is if you're relocating to the area and want to learn more about the area. It's an in-depth map overview of the city and where everything's located and how it's all laid out. So if you're thinking about moving to Huntsville, this is a great video to learn more about the city. And if you're thinking about selling your house here in Huntsville, this video is for you. This one is the 5 things you want to avoid when selling your house in Huntsville in 2026. Hope to see you in one of those videos. Have a great day.